admit it. Now, anyway, we'll stay with the Christmas theme because on average, we Midlanders do it 50 times a week, and we're doing it 3 times as much as we did 5 years ago. We're talking about sending a text message.
And today, the SMS, or short message service, is celebrating a birthday. It's exactly 20 years since the very first one was sent. And Tim Bevan has been spending time with the texters.
If you're getting a new phone for Christmas, chances are it'll run your life for you. Calls, messages, calendars, even mobile TV. The bricks of the 1980s were heavy on the arm muscles but light on uses. You could make calls and, well, that was about it.
Then 2 decades ago, Nokia introduced this, the 1011, released on the 10th of the 11th, 1992. It was the first mobile phone capable of sending and receiving SMS texts. 3 weeks later, engineers got the system live. So what did the first text message actually say? Well, seems appropriate for the time of year, but who sent it? Oh, thanks for the text, Neil.
Time then to track down the pioneering Mr. Papworth, now living in Canada, but back then a 22-year-old engineer. The recipient of his text, the boss of Vodafone at the office Christmas party.
At a particular chosen time, I sat down at the computer and typed in his phone number and the message and sent the Merry Christmas to him.
So did you realise at the time that you'd be writing yourself into the history books? I mean, it was a bit like being the first man on the moon, wasn't it?
Well, it's not quite in the same league, but, you know, even then I had no idea. For me, it was just a good day's testing. Everything had worked.
According to Ofcom, UK texters sent 150 billion messages last year, the most prolific users, youngsters aged 12 to 15, sending an average of 193 each week.
This is a generation that frankly likes to behave in a covert way, and text messages, and coded text messages at that, are a good medium for that sort of behaviour.
But Professor Ellis Cashmore, a lecturer in culture and media at Staffordshire University, says whatever your age, texting can be a convenient screen to hide behind.
I think text enables us to do things that we would be slightly inhibited about if we were saying them face to face. We can ask people out. You know, someone we've met, we don't like to ask them out for fear of rejection, but we can text them a bit later on and ask them. We can dump somebody as well. I've been dumped by text, so I'm not ashamed to say it. I think I'm in pretty good company as well.
And apart from saying sayonara with SMS, there are many other reported messages of misery. And of course, what evening would be complete without one of these? But what about those coded messages? We took to the streets of Birmingham for your instant guide to teenage text speak.
To be a good texter, you need to know the basics.
Better texters use all the letters. What are you up to?
The best texters get really inventive. I am starving.
And if Shakespeare had been around today, we might have had this. A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
These days, the explosion in alternative forms of communication, like Facebook and Twitter, means that although we're texting more, we're actually sending less SMS messages. Even so, 20 years from now, we'll probably still be using the method that started it all. Andy Bevan.
Central tonight.
Just about cope with the LOL and 2 kisses.
Another word, isn't it? Right, a cocker